Hi there, I'm Amanda Warfield, and this is your Truth Tuesday Narc Notes. I am going to cover a Narc Note today that is about what you need to be aware of in terms of traits of a narcissistic, toxic household and the unwritten rules that you're in when you're in that dysfunctional situation. These examples are going to be around a spouse or romantic partner, but this can be altered to be about a narcissistic parent, a boss, a colleague, a friend. I will probably break these out in later videos. There is a never-ending occurrence of gaslighting with narcissism. And this is one of their top acts in their playbook. Here are some examples. Your spouse may have fallen down because he had too much to drink. And then you are told, that didn't happen because of drinking. I just tripped. Don't make something out of it. And you know what happened, but the focus has been put back on you. Or your husband or your wife is out all night into the morning, and then just when they finally show up and you confront them by waking up and saying something, they say, I've been here. I was just asleep on the couch. You heard them when they came in and know that isn't true, but they keep insisting, you don't know what you're talking about. I was here the whole time, or you're crazy gets said to you, and you start to question your reality. Or a third example, they said on the phone that they would be home in time for that movie you wanted to see. They said they would go, and then they don't show up. So you call them and say, they say, I had to work, but I'm on my way home now. And you get tickets to the next showing. Then they don't show up. When you confront them, they tell you, I never said that. I said I was working, like they never had the second conversation at all. Meanwhile, it's nighttime on a weekend. They're not working. And then they say it again. You're acting so weird. Again, putting the emphasis back on you and off of their mistreatment. Another bad one is financial gaslighting. Your checking account is normally at this level, and all of a sudden, it inexplicably goes almost to nothing. You panic. You call your spouse and ask them what is going on, and they say, oh, I paid this bill on that credit card. You ask why they took the account so low, and you're told, oh, well, you need to relax. They have that under control. Then you discover days later that the bill they mentioned, it was never paid. You don't know where that money went. But then when you ask them, you get word salad and never get an answer. And you're right back to questioning your sanity, in addition to not having any money in your account. These small examples could go on and on and on. Gaslighting is meant to change your reality. You know what happened. You know what was said. You know what was done. You know the truth. But the narcissist messes with your head so often and for so long that you start questioning your reality. You start feeling like you are losing your mind. This makes you feel weak and feel less than, which is exactly the intent, because a weak person doesn't question anymore. And the narcissist is able to do exactly what they like to do when you are distracted. A weak partner doesn't have the energy to hold the narcissist accountable for their actions, and they are free to flit between their imaginary world they have with their other supply, their flying monkeys and enablers, and then back to you for more of your finances in your home and the supply that they get from you and from the children, and still keep up a front with everyone outside of this vicious circle. This brings us to the next point, which is fronting. You are always expected to keep the family secrets, no matter what. If they don't come home for almost an entire month, and then you go to a family picnic, they will all of a sudden pay attention to you and expect that you are not going to say anything at all. Or they will say something extremely cruel to you right before you go, and then expect you both to show up and go to that dinner with those friends and pretend that nothing happened. You actually look for things to happen because you know that your narcissist will be kind with others watching. And after all, you both like those friends, and they are always fun, and the restaurant you usually go to is always good. Then, on the way home from the restaurant, they go right back to picking another fight so they can have an excuse to leave you again as soon as you get home. And you just go to bed to have them dose another round of gaslighting when they don't show back up until early the next morning. The points being, they hate accountability. And narcissists want things to always appear like there is nothing wrong, even if things are horrible. You end up flitting between gaslighting and fronting, not only feeling crazy, but completely deflated. And the negativity and the psychological games over time start to affect your health in addition to everything else. The last thing is control. Narcissists don't like it when things don't go exactly as their minds have played something out to be. When they have a script in their head, if it doesn't go according to the way they have written their play, they can act like that disgruntled director and throw a tantrum, or tell you that you should be thinking of it this way, and they would prefer that you say this. If you point out to them that you are indeed a separate person with separate thoughts and a mind of your own, they will further devalue you and tell you that you are wrong to think that way, that you do, or they'll denigrate you and make fun of you, make fun of what you say, or tell you that everyone else thinks that what you're doing is wrong, blah, 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 and reference the imaginary army that they have that is all lined up to take sides against you. Some of those army members may not even know about anything. You become your narcissist's puppet. You only go to places they want to go to, with friends they want to go with, when they want to go. You are only allowed to bring new activities into the picture when you entice the narcissist enough by inviting their flying monkeys to come or blowing up their ego and making them the center of attention for the event. You are not enough value on your own to them to make this event something that the narcissist will want to participate in. The main theme here is the narcissist is priority one placement. There's nothing more important than their agenda, their ego, their appearance to others, their ability to maintain their false self so that they have surgically constructed. And you need to know what they want you to do. when they want you to do it and how they want you to do it, or you will feel the emotional, physical, psychological, and financial consequences. These are the things that point you to having a narcissistic, toxic, dysfunctional household. The gaslighting, the fronting, and the triangulation, and the controlling behavior. We'll cover more Narc Notes every Truth Tuesday and Growth Game Changers, what you need to do about those situations. We'll cover those on Thriving Thursdays. Please subscribe to hit the bell to get a notification when something new comes. And please leave your comments, whether you agree or disagree with this video below. Thank you so much. And please remember, you are valued. You are loved. Everything is possible. And you are worth the fight. It's time to thrive.